Welcome to Vivid English Podcast. Hello, everyone. I am Sarah.
And I am James. Hello to all our listeners.
It is so great to be back here. I have to say, I am really excited about today's topic, but also a little nervous.
Nervous? Oh, what's going on?
Well, I'm planning a trip to visit some friends in London next month, which is amazing. I can't wait to see them.
That sounds wonderful.
It is, but I'm staying at their house this time, not in a hotel.
Ah, I see. The classic house guest situation. That does change things, doesn't it?
It changes everything. A hotel is easy, you know, but someone's home, it feels like there are all these secret rules I'm gonna break. I'm just so scared of being a bad guest.
That is a completely valid fear. I mean, it's a very intimate thing, staying in someone's personal space.
Exactly. And so I thought this would be a perfect topic for us to explore, the art of being a good house guest.
I think that's a brilliant idea. We can get into all the little social rules, the etiquette, and, of course, the key English phrases you need to sound polite.
Perfect.
So let's start at the beginning. Being a good guest actually starts way before you even knock on the door. It starts with communication.
Right. The pre-check. So I guess the first thing is just being clear about when you're going to show up.
Precisely. You can't just arrive whenever, but how you say it matters. You don't want to sound too demanding.
So I shouldn't say, I will arrive at 6:80 p.m. sharp.
You could, but that puts pressure on everyone. What if your train is late? What if you arrive early and they're, still in the shower?
Oh, that would be horrifying.
Right. So a much better phrase is, I'll be there around 6 p.m. Does that work for you?
Around. I like that word. It's softer.
It is. It gives you some flexibility. And that second part, does that work for you? That is so important. You're asking for their input.
It makes it a team effort, not an order. Okay, I get that. So what's next? I always feel like I should offer to bring something.
That's a great instinct. It shows you want to contribute.
But what do I offer? I never know.
The easiest way is to ask a general question. Something like, is there anything I can bring? Maybe some wine or dessert.
Oh, that's simple. Is there anything I can bring? And you give them an easy suggestion.
Exactly. It shows you're thoughtful. Now, there's one more pre-arrival thing, and it can be a bit tricky. Dietary needs.
Ugh, this is the worst. It feels so demanding to say, by the way, I can't eat gluten.
It feels demanding, but think about it from the host point of view. It's much worse for them if they cook a huge meal you can't even touch.
That's a really good point. You're saving them from feeling bad later.
Exactly. So the key is how you phrase it. You want to minimize the problem.
Okay, so how would I say it?
Try this. Just so you know, I'm allergic to peanuts, but please don't worry about making anything special for me.
Just so you know. That's a nice, soft start.
Right. And then, don't worry about making anything special. That takes all the pressure off of them. It shows you're responsible for yourself.
That's so polite. Okay, so fast forward. I'm there. I'm on their doorstep. I knock. They open the door.
And hopefully, your hands are not empty.
Of course not. I have the hostess gift.
Yes, the classic hostess gift. It's a really common tradition. It doesn't have to be expensive, just a small token of your appreciation.
What's a safe bet? I always panic and grab some chocolates.
Chocolates are perfect. They're easy to share. Flowers are popular too, but I have a small issue with flowers.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, when you hand someone a bouquet, you're also handing them a job.
Mm.
Now they have to stop everything, find a vase, fill it with water.
Oh, wow. I never thought of that. You're right.
So a potted plant can be better, or even better, something unique from your home country. It's a great conversation starter.
That's a lovely idea. Okay, so I hand them the gift. What do I say?
Keep it simple. A warm smile, and this is a little something for you. Thank you for having me.
A little something for you. I like that. It's modest.
Exactly. And it just starts the whole visit off on a really positive, generous note.
Okay, so we're inside, the door is closed, and now the vibe check begins.
The vibe check. Because every house has its own unwritten rules.
And the first one is always the shoes, isn't it?
Always. The great shoe debate. In some houses, it's fine. In others, it's a huge sign of disrespect.
So what do I do? Just stare at their feet.
You can, or look for a pile of shoes by the door. But if you're not sure, you just have to ask.
What's the best way to ask?
Super simple. Just ask, should I take my shoes off?
Should I take my shoes off? Easy enough.
It shows you respect their home.
Mm.
Okay, next big one. The Wi-Fi.
Oh, this one makes me feel so rude. Like, hi, nice to see you. Now give me your internet.
Right. It's all about timing. Don't ask for it in the first 5 minutes.
Okay, so wait a bit.
Yeah, wait until you've settled in. Then, when there's a natural pause, you can ask, would you mind sharing the Wi-Fi password?
Would you mind? That sounds so much more polite than can I have?
It really does. It's one of those magic phrases in English that softens any request.
I'll remember that one. Okay, what about the kitchen? Can I just open the fridge?
Probably not. The fridge is surprisingly personal territory.
So I have to ask for every glass of water.
No, you just need to get permission to be independent. You need what I call refrigerator rights.
Refrigerator rights. I love that. How do I get them?
You just ask once.
Huh?
Say something like, is it okay if I help myself to some water?
Is it okay if I help myself?
Yes. And 99% of the time, your host will be so relieved. They'll say, of course, make yourself at home. They don't want to be your servant.
That makes so much sense. You're helping them by helping yourself. Okay, what about the bathroom? After I shower, where does the wet towel go?
Another great question.
Yeah.
Definitely don't just leave it on the bed or a chair.
Or on the floor.
Never on the floor. Just ask, where should I put my dirty towels? It shows you're a tidy person.
This all leads to what I think is the most important rule.
The golden rule. Be helpful, not a burden.
Yes. Hosting is a lot of work. Your job as a guest is to make their life easier, not harder.
Exactly. The host is already stressed. They're cooking, cleaning, worrying.
So how can I help? Do I just stand in the kitchen while they're cooking?
No, that can be annoying. You need to ask the magic question.
Yeah.
But you have to be specific. If you just say, can I help? They'll automatically say no.
That is so true. It's a reflex. No, I'm fine.
Right. So you offer a specific task. Is there anything I can do to help with dinner? I could chop the salad.
Oh, I see. That's much harder to refuse. I could set the table.
Exactly. Even if they say no, they'll love that you offered something specific. It shows you're paying attention.
That's a great tip.
Now, speaking of being helpful, a quick warning, a cultural warning.
Ooh, okay.
Beware the guest towel trap.
The what? That sounds dangerous.
It can be. In many homes, you'll see these perfect little towels in the bathroom. They're often folded beautifully. Maybe they have lace on them.
I know exactly what you're talking about. They look like they've never been used.
Correct. Do not touch those towels.
Really?
They are for decoration only. If you use them, you're ruining the art.
That is the most ridiculous and also the most true thing I've ever heard.
Look for the normal, plain-looking towel. That's your towel.
That is hilarious. Okay, so I've avoided the towel trap. What about just day-to-day communication?
Yeah.
If I want to go out by myself.
You absolutely should. But you can't just disappear. You have to inform your hosts.
Right, so they don't worry.
Exactly. You don't have to ask permission, but you give them information. Say something like, I'm planning to go for a walk. I'll be back by 5 p.m.
That's clear. It tells them your plan and when to expect you back.
It just manages everyone's expectations. And while you're spending time with them, remember the power of compliments.
Oh, yes. A good compliment can go a long way.
It really can. But it has to sound genuine. Don't just mumble, nice house.
So be specific.
Be specific and add some energy. This meal is delicious. Or you have such a beautiful home.
It makes them feel appreciated for all their hard work.
Absolutely. Now, we have to talk about how long you stay.
Yes. There's a famous quote about this, isn't there?
There is. Benjamin Franklin. He said, guests, like fish, begin to smell after 3 days.
It's so harsh, but I kind of get it.
Right. It's a joke, of course, but there's truth in it. After a few days, everyone starts to get a little tired. The routine is disrupted.
So the lesson is don't overstay your welcome.
Exactly. 3 or 4 days is usually a good length. Leave while they're still sad to see you go.
And respecting their privacy is part of that. Closed doors means stay out.
Closed doors are a sacred boundary. Don't knock unless it's an emergency.
Okay, so the trip is ending. I'm packing my suitcase. How do I make a graceful exit?
The departure is your final chance to make a good impression. Leave the room cleaner than you found it.
I always do a final check for phone chargers.
Yes. Do not leave your charger. That creates a whole new job for your host to mail it back to you.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, what about the bed? Do I make it or do I take the sheets off?
This is a big debate. The safest thing to do is ask.
What's the phrase for taking the sheets off?
You can ask, should I strip the bed before I leave? That's very clear.
It shows you want to help with the cleanup. And then, for the final goodbye at the door.
A simple thank you doesn't feel like enough.
It's not really. You want to acknowledge what they did for you. The best word to use is hospitality. Hospitality. It sounds so warm.
It is. So you look them in the eye and say, thank you so much for your hospitality. I had a wonderful time.
Thank you so much for your hospitality. I love that.
And your thank you isn't finished yet.
What do you mean?
Send a text message as soon as you get home. Just landed safely. Thanks again for everything.
That's a nice touch.
And if you really want to be an A-plus superstar guest, send a handwritten thank you note a few days later.
Wow. In this digital age, that would really stand out.
You would be remembered as the best guest they've ever had. I promise.
Well, I have to say, I feel so much more prepared now. I think I can handle London.
You'll be a fantastic guest. Just remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being kind and considerate.
That's a good reminder. The intention is what matters most.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A warm smile and a can I help will cover almost any mistake.
Well, this has been so helpful. I hope everyone listening feels more confident about being a house guest, too.
It was a real pleasure exploring all these little details.
Yeah,
We love sharing these kinds of tips with you all.
we really do. And before we say goodbye, we just have one small favor to ask. Please don't forget to subscribe and catch our next episode on the Vivid English podcast.
Yes, your subscription really helps us continue making these episodes for you. We've got some great stuff planned.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Now go be the best house guest ever.
Just watch out for those fancy towels.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.